Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Just That Cute Boutique. Today we are going to be making boutique style bows. I'm not going to do anything fancy with them. We are going to be working with 2-inch ribbon. Again, I get most of my ribbon from Hobby Lobby. This ribbon here is $3.99 for 40 yards. And I will be making some boutique style bows. So the first thing that we're going to do is seal your ends. You always want to seal your ends. And with this type of ribbon, because this ribbon is already big in width, we are probably going to, let's see, 1 second. So we're probably going to measure this about maybe 33 to 34 inches. All right, so what I like to do first, because I've been doing this for so long, and by me starting to do tutorials for you guys, I have to, do some measurements so you'll know what size, to make your boutique style bow, because you don't want them too big and then you don't want them too small either. But I mean, whatever size you want, just know that the bigger you want the bow, the more ribbon that you're going to have to use. So I'm going to freestyle this bow first without measuring it, and then I'll give you the measurements. All right, so first what I like to do is just, I'm right-handed, I start from right to left, make my first loop. All right, and for me, this is the top right now, but it's going to end up being the bottom of the bow. All right, so you want to measure it, make sure your loops are even on each side, then you'll end up flipping it over. Now for me, I like to leave a little bit of the tail hanging out on the first loop, because when you're getting ready to make your third loop, you're going to use that tail as a guide. So what you're going to do is take it and go underneath, make that third loop go underneath that tail, like that. All right, now we're going to work on our fourth loop. And you're going to flip it over just like so. All right, so this will end up being like how your bow will sort of look. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this with the 2-inch 4 yards. You don't really get that much ribbon on this roll, so you may be able to make it like about 3 to 4 at the most with this ribbon, 4 bows. All right, so we're going to grab our scissors. If you don't want a tail, just go ahead and cut. All right, so now I'm going to take it loose, and I am going to measure it. You always want to seal your ends. Okay. All right. Now, when I first started making the boutique style bows, I usually, put a crease in my bows when I'm getting ready to make them. Now this measures about 34 inches. So this is about 34 inches, like I said, 33, 34. Anything over 35 for this 2-inch may be a little bit too big. But again, it just depends on how big you want your bow. If you want your bow bigger, you can go up to 40 inches and so on and so forth. But for me, I'm not making jumbo bows. I have my 2.5 inch ribbon to 3-inch ribbon to make my jumbo bows. But yeah, these would be like some medium-sized bows. All right, now again, how I first started out, you can take it, fold it, make your crease in the center, because you're going to use these creases as your guide. to make sure that your loops are all the same size. All right, and then you make a crease in the center like that. Bring it back a little bit. Wish I could have brought this up a little bit. Yep. All right. All right, so you have your crease in the center, and then you're going to, from right to left, you're going to make another crease. Just like that. And you're going to make a crease here. And then you're going to locate your center, go from your left side, meet in the middle, and you're going to make another crease. Just like this. Now you don't have to do this. I actually don't do this anymore, but it really helps when you first started off doing bows. All right, so at this point you should have 3 creases. 1, 2, and 3. These are your 3 creases. All right. So we're gonna start. I'm right-handed, so I'll start from the right. This will be my first loop. This will be my first loop. Again, you want to meet in the middle. This will be my second loop. Make sure it's directly in the middle. Now, what I like to do, you know, for added support, is to use my clips as a guide, or not really as a guide, but just to hold my bow in place. All right, so let's make sure our loops are the same. All right. And I just use these little clips. You can find them at the hair store, the dollar store, Walmart. You can order them online. All right, and I just like to set mine down before I move forward, just to make sure my loops are even, because you know you're gonna be able to pull and tug, but this point here, you want to go ahead and make sure that your loops are even, so you don't have to do too much. All right, and then we're going to flip it over. You see, this is our centerpiece right there. So now we're gonna do the tail. So remember when I was telling you guys before I start to measure it, that you're gonna leave a little bit of tail hanging out, so that way when you get ready to do your third loop, that goes behind the tail. Your third loop is gonna go behind the tail. All right, and then you just go ahead with your fourth loop. All right, and I'm also going to show you guys another way that you could make your bow, this boutique bow. Right now, I just freestyled it this way. This is one way that you can make it. And I'm going to show you another way that you can make it with the next bow. But mine's going to have a little bit of tail hanging out, so I added that. All right, in another piece of equipment that I usually use is a banana clamp. That's what they call this, banana clamp. So you want to take your banana clamp, open it up, and just slide it right through there, just like that. You can set it down. Make sure your loops are even on both sides. At this point, you can go ahead and remove these clips, because it's going to stay on the banana clamp at this point. Okay. All right, so now this is where you start to pull and tug on your boat. But you don't want to open the clamp all the way, because this is what happens. All right, but that's okay. So let's do this again. All right, that's the first 2 loops. Then you have your 3rd loop, put it behind the flap or the tail, whatever you want to call it. And now you go ahead and do your 4th loop. Okay. All right, put your clip in to hold your bow together. Set it down. All right, now at this point my loops are not all the way even, so again that's why you have the banana clamp, so you could be able to hold your bow in place while you fix it up. All right, take the clips out. All right, so now that the clips are out, I was able to straighten it up. My loops look even. I like the way that looks. It's pretty. Okay. All right. Now another thing that I do. Okay. Another thing that I do to make sure my loops are even, just to check my loops, is to flip it over, check the middle, just like that on both sides, to make sure my loops are even. As you can see, they are pretty even. All right, so I can sit it down. All right, so now, and I tell, see these, when you put it in the banana clamp, it has, it makes a V. It makes it in the shape of a V, if you can see that. See that V? It makes it in the shape of a V. And it makes it in the shape of a V going this way as well. So, you want to make sure that that's in the center of your banana clamp. All right, so now that we have that straight, we are going to take our needle and thread, and there's I use 2 methods to do this. The method that I prefer the most is the needle and thread, especially when you're working with a wider style ribbon. I use the needle and thread. But if it's something small like, let's see. If it's something small like this is 3/8 inch ribbon, I want to say. No, this is 5/8 inch ribbon. So for like 5/8 inch ribbon, you can use like embroidery thread. So I tend to use the embroidery thread for ribbon sizes like this. All right, but today we're going to use needle and thread because of the width of the ribbon. So I'll go ahead and put this back here out the way. All right, and then I'll go ahead and use my needle and thread. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick it up. If you do have a tail, make sure your tail is even with your loops. Make sure your tail is even with the loops. All right, so you're gonna take the needle and thread, you're gonna start under, and I always start like at the bottom. Now with the needle and thread, I usually make like 3. I thread it like 3 times going up, because it's going to create the accordion fold is what we're trying to do. So we're gonna do this 3 times. So this is going to be our first one. And try to keep in a straight line as much as possible, because sometimes if it's not in a straight line, it'll throw off the accordion fold. All right, we're gonna make our second one. All right, there's our second one, and now for the third one. And that's our third one. All right, so now that we've done that, you can go ahead and open it up, and you just want to hold it and pull just like that. Do that again. Open it up. You're just going to take your needle, your thread, you're going to hold the center, and you're going to pull. All right, and when you do that, it creates the accordion fold on its own. You see? So now we're just going to go ahead and make the third one. So you hold that down, and you're going to fold it, the top part, just like that. Try and get a good grip on it. All right, you're going to hold it just like that. All right, now what you're going to do is take your needle and thread, and you're going to start wrapping it around. And try to make sure that it stays in the center. Whatever you do, make sure it stays in the center. Just wrap it around a few times and make sure it gets tight. Make sure it's tight as you can. And now we are going to tie it off. So you go in the center like this, underneath the thread, bring it out, pull. Now don't pull all the way, because we're going to tie it off. So how you tie it off, you just take it like this. You can see that. And you're going to tie it off like that. All right, and I like to do mine twice, just to, you know, for extra security. Okay, now once you've done that, you're going to take your scissors, of course, and cut off the excess thread. Make sure you tie your, if you're using needle and thread, make sure you tie your knot back up. Okay, all right, so at this point, you are going to like kind of open it up a little bit like that. Just open it up. And then you're going to start straightening up your bow. And if you do it exactly like that, there's not a lot that you have to do. It's going to come out perfect. Well, not perfect all the time, but for the most part, you're going to have your bow. Now I'm going to, you know, straighten it up some more, of course, because we're not done. But this is how you do the basic boutique style bow. And they always are fun to work with. I love these bows. All right, the basic boutique style bow. Now, when you're done doing this part, now for me, I usually use some stiffener or some type of hardener for my bows so they can keep their shape. What I usually use is this rave. You can find this at any hair store, Walmart, the dollar store sells it as well for maybe like about $1 or so. It's no more than $2, I can guarantee that. Once you do, you know, spray it on there, this is the next phase for me would be to, you know, go ahead and spray it and get it that crunchy feel. And then once it dries, I'll go ahead and finish it. But with this one, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this bow. All right, so it's really cute already. but we're not done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and I always use like the 3/8 inch ribbon to do my center. So just going to go ahead and grab a piece, and I'm not going to cut it. Always seal the ends. I'm going to dabble a little glue on the back. I want to flip it over, and I'm going to put it in the center just like this. Hold it down for a few seconds. 1, 2. All right, and then we're just going to wrap it around. Just going to wrap it around. Now, I only do this one time. Just wrap it around one time. And then you cut. That way you don't waste any of your ribbon. Okay. Once you've done that, you want to go ahead and seal the end. Flip back over, straighten it up, and at this point, you know, it'll be stiff, so I wouldn't have to keep going back, straightening it, you know, straightening it up. I wouldn't have to keep doing that because it already has the shape that I want it to have at this point. All right, so now it looks like this. So now it looks like this, but we're not done. So we're gonna set this to the side. And we are going to burn the end again. But this time we are going to cut. We are going to use, we're going to use alligator clips. This alligator clip here, these alligator clips, again, they could be bought at any hair store, Walmart. I usually get all mine from the hair store. They come like maybe 180 for like $6 or something like that. Yeah, and I stock up on them. So yeah, so we're gonna use this because this is a bigger bow. This is actually a medium-sized bow. And now we're gonna line our clip. Now, some people don't line their clips. I've seen I've seen hair bows where, you know, they didn't have any lining on the clips, but you know, I like to do the lining of the clips because it makes it a little cuter to me. And it also helps it's just cute. So it's just cute. And but for me, it doesn't. They don't come loose or anything like that. So I don't, you know. So why people don't line them, I don't know. But these alligator clips here, you want to cut your 3/8 ribbon at I want to say 7.5 inches. So you're gonna cut it at 7.5 inches. Okay, move this out of the way, and we will be coming back to this to make the rest of them. Yes. All right, so you want to make sure that the ends are sealed because you don't want anything coming loose. All right, so now you're going to take your clip, and you're going to just open it up and feed the ribbon in the inside. Okay. Then you're going to hold it, glue the top part where the holes are. Make sure you get the glue where on the side where the holes are. I don't know why this thing acting like this. Sometimes it just act crazy. All right, and then you're gonna flip it over, flip this on top where the glue is, and you're just gonna make sure that it's closed. I'm gonna close it. That's okay if you use too much, because I mean, like, it'll seep out the sides, but it'll dry up. But you don't want to use that much though. All right, and then we are going to finish lining the clip. We're going to line the clip all the way till you get to the back part of the clip. All right, so that's the top part of the clip. We're almost done, and we're going to keep going until we reach the back part of the clip where the single hole is. Okay, and that fits on there perfectly. So you let that dry. All right, so now you have your lined alligator clip. And I've made some, like I usually find, like cute pattern 3/8 inch ribbon, and I just make clips, like, and just let them slide in your hat. So you can do that too. All right, and seal the ends. Seal the ends. Okay, seal the ends. All right, so now you have your bow and you have your lined clip. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to attach the clip to the bow. I'm going to flip it over. And you want to dab a little glue right in the center of that clip. Right in the center. You don't have to go all the way down the clip, just like in the center. Pick your bow up and put it on there just like that. Just like this. Okay. All right, and once that's dry, you're going to set it down, and we're still not done, because you're going to secure that clip. Because we want to make sure that clip doesn't come off the bow. So now we're going to go back to our 3/8 inch ribbon. We are going to seal the end. We are going to dab a little glue, just a little. We're going to flip our bow over. We are going to open up the clip, and we're going to place this directly in the center. Don't close your clip. All right, now once it's dry, you can close the clip. Now you can close the clip. Now what we're going to do is go over, bring it to the front. Make sure you go back over your center, just like this. You can put a little dab of glue if you want to. If not, I mean, you don't have to. All right, go back in the center. Hold it. Now you're going to open up your clip again. You're going to dab a little bit just in the center like this. And now you're going to bring it over, and you're going to hold that down. Just like that. All right, now that that's dry, take your excess ribbon, cut it off. Let's go this way. And you're going to burn the ends again. Okay. Now you have a boutique style bow. All right. This is how your finished bow looks. Ta-ta! So yeah, so this would be your boutique style bow. It is fabulous. All right, now I'm gonna leave this plain. Yeah, because I'm making some plain boutique style bows. I need to re-up on my my plain style bows, my plain boutique style bows. Yeah, because I'm running out of plain bows. Solid colors, put it that way. So yeah. And there you have it. So again, I'm not going to spray this, but this is what I hate to have to keep doing. You know, but again, if I go to the store tomorrow, maybe I'll go get the stuff to spray on it. But for now, you know, it's cute just like this. So yeah, boutique style, crooked. But yeah, I'm right-handed, of course. So there you go. All right, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Just a Cute Boutique. And again, you can direct orders at craftqueen_225 on Instagram, and you can message me on Facebook, Just a Cute Boutique. You can also visit my website, justacuteboutique.com. Thank you so much, and until next time, bye-bye.